Hello everybody, this is RRPG here, and welcome to another episode of RRPG Let's Play with Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance. In today's episode, we are going south of the Fuchin Falls Temple, and the Fuchin Temple that is, and we are going to go into the Mogall Forest, where we hopes to get past that forest in order to make it to Atlan Peak, which is just beyond it. But anyway, let's get on with this episode that's already in progress, and we have just entered Mogall Forest. And as you can tell, there is a big, huge ape that just came out of nowhere. And to get him to come back out of that stump, we need to use the synergy known as Force that we obtained in the previous episode. So yeah, this is pretty much a game of cat and mouse throughout this forest. And that's pretty much what it's all going to be like for the rest of this episode, until we make it to the end of the forest. And now be had, there is another genie that we can find here in this forest. And this place is puzzle-ridden, as you can clearly see. So, yeah, we have some newer enemies that we can fight against, and we can try to gain some more experience points in the process. Yeah, quite a feat, I would say so myself. So, how's everybody today? Hope you all enjoyed the very first episode of Conker's Bad Fur Day that I put out on my YouTube channel yesterday. And it was a lot of fun, doing that episode. I mean, for the first time, actually, trying to be in front of a microphone and, playing it off a console, that was quite an experience. And I really like to do a lot more, especially with Skyward Sword. So that way, I can give you my 2 cents on the full experience, rather than just, playing with the pre-captured footage. Now, I'm trying to catch this nut here, but I don't think I'm at the right spot to grab it. You have to be at a very specific spot to grab this nut. I think I'm at the right spot now. Yes, I am. You have to be level with it in terms of the position that you're at within the field. And then you'll grab it. Otherwise, you won't even be able to catch jack squat. But yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I had a really fun blast doing that episode. And it's one of the first Let's Plays that I'm doing, like I said, it's one of the first Let's Plays that I'm doing without having to resort to just capturing the footage and doing the recording afterwards. The audio commentary recording. So, yeah, it was a very fun experience to do that for the first time. And hopefully I, tend to do it more, especially for Skyward Sword and Xenoblade Chronicles and Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. So, yeah, be glad to, do that kind of thing for future Let's Plays, so that way I can get in the flow of things to be talking more on the spot often. And, hopefully this will be an evolution in how I do Let's Plays from now on. Because mostly last year I've been doing Let's Plays, well, all of last year I've been doing Let's Plays with pre-recorded footage, and it's been kind of hard for me to do, Let's Plays that are, talking right on the spot. Especially when my audio desynchronizes itself from the captured footage. Yeah, it's kind of a thing to be upset by, but most of all, it wasn't all that bad. Okay, now there are 2 stumps here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to use Force on both of them, because there will be 2 green apes that will come out of nowhere, and they will actually lead us to different paths. And one of those that lead us to a different path will take us to this treasure chest right here that contains an apple. And as I said before, apples will increase your attack, or your strength, or whatever. So let's go ahead and give it to Isaac right now. And he got a 6-point increase in his attack, so he has 148 points in the strength option. Let's go ahead and get rid of that sleep bomb, and then we'll continue where we left off. And yeah, there's actually, besides the apple, there's actually another special item that we can obtain in this forest that is a very powerful armor that we can have on one of our characters as of right now. But don't worry, we'll get up to it as soon as we can. And as I said before, there is a genie in this forest. And it's the 3rd genie for one of our other party members aside from Ivan, since he already has his 3rd genie on him. I won't spoil it, but you shall see once we get close to it. And it's just right here, believe it or not. Right in this section here. So what we need to do is we need to push that rock into that hole, and then move that log over, and then come around the bend there, and we should be able to find the genie right over there. But we can't go there yet, because we have to face a couple of spirits and a dirge. So we'll go ahead and we'll take care of them right now. So, did any of you guys go to MagFest over in the Northeast? Or, you know, over at the New England area that they have MagFest every January? If any of you went to MagFest this year, how was it? Leave a comment below and let me know what your experiences were, and if you got to meet any famous YouTube people on there. You know, like Nintendo Capri Sun. I learned that he was going to, that he went to MagFest this year, so if you've seen him, you know, let me know. I really would like to meet, you know, the Runaway guys one of these days, or, you know, meet famous people on YouTube, or even something like go to PAX, you know, just to meet those people. Heck, that would be a really, really big honor. Alright, here's the genie right over here, and it's an Earth genie, or a Venus genie, so you know what we have to do. We need to take it down, or bring it down for the count. And as you can tell, for a Venus genie, we need to make sure we use our Jupiter genie to their full extent against this guy, and to make sure that we use the wind spells against them, or against it. Okay, you want to be careful when you're fighting against this guy, because he can be a pain in the neck, as you can tell when he was using the Briar spell. So let's go ahead and use Cure Well on Ivan here. Actually, we'll just use a nut for Mia, and then we'll just use just a Mars genie on, or just summon a Mars genie for Garrett. And then we'll use the Fizz ability for Mia. Oh, never mind. I thought we were going to have to do more, but evidently not. Okay, so the Venus genie is now ours, and it's called Quartz. And Quartz, if I can remember it, what does Quartz do? I think it has the power to revive your, you know, to revive one ally, but I could be mistaken. Is that what it does? Let's see. Yeah, it revives a downed ally. It increases your hit points and synergy points, and increases agility this time. Okay, we'll take it. We can have some more speed for Isaac. Okay, let's go ahead and heal our party members here, and continue to move forward. And this forest is not all that long. I mean, if you can, you know, get through you could probably get through this forest in less than 20 minutes. You know, if you go through it at 100%. If you got all the items, and, you know, if you found all the, you know, the apes inside the stumps. Besides, there are some apes that are a different color that you will end up fighting against, and I will show you that once as we, you know, keep on moving here. Okay, we got a Bone Fighter and we got a Spirit, so we'll go ahead and we'll put the Smackdown on them. And it uses Undead Sword, and it's a pretty powerful spell that Bone Fighter has on him. Undead Sword does a lot of damage. Okay, let's go ahead and continue to do this. And I know I always continue, you know, I always say, let's continue with this, but that's what we're doing. We're continuing on with this episode. What else? What better way? I mean, what else can we do? We're just continuing on with the episode, and we are just, you know, keeping things a go. Okay, now we're done with that, so let's go this way. And this will take us right over here to where that stump is, where the ape jumped out of that stump, or jump into that stump, and now we're going to make it jump out of it. Okay, so we need to follow it this way. And we need to go around here, but first things first, we got to fight a couple dirges, and then we can move forward. Normally, as I said before, we necessarily don't have to do all these battles, but I would recommend it because, you know, with the challenge for a JRPG really good for this type of game, then it's always better to grind when you have the chance. Or, you know, when you're at places like this. Okay, and Mia leveled herself up to a level 13 scribe. Okay, let's go ahead and use Force here, and let me see. Yes, these are the yellow apes. If you got them out of the tree stumps, or just the regular apes, if you got them out of the tree stumps, they will be completely ticked off, and they will want to pick a fight with you. But you can gain a lot of experience points for defeating these guys too. But they are in limited quantities. You won't be seeing these guys a whole lot when you're playing through this game. So, if you're wanting to fight against this guy, 96 experience points? Okay, now that's bad. If you're wishing to fight against, you know, those guys more, then evidently you're not going to find it here. Okay, there's a green ape, and it's going to go south. But let's check over here. What does this do? Ah, it's another green ape. And one of them is going to go west. So let's follow the one that's going west. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to move that boulder over to that hole. And we are going to push the log that is right next to it. We're just going to push it forward as we move the stone forward, and there should be a treasure chest that we can gain from inside this forest. And oh, hey, Isaac leveled himself up to a level 13 knight, and he learned the ability Ragnarok. Basically, it is a sword-based spell that can, you know, it's an earth-based spell that summons a sword from the sky and attacks an enemy head-on, and it does a lot of damage. So yeah, it's a very good synergy spell at this point in the game. Alright, we got the Elven Shirt, which is a new piece of armor, and it increases your agility, increases your defense as well as your agility by a lot. So we're going to give it to Isaac right now, because we can definitely have him use a lot of speed, you know, to be the first one to attack when we are going through most of these battles throughout the rest of this game. Okay, so another set of these enemies that are going to give us trouble, so let's go ahead and just finish him off. Finish him! And I hope you all really enjoyed the Super Mario World Let's Play that I did on the weekend. I had a lot of fun finishing up that game. I will be doing more Super Mario games for live commentaries in the future, as well as, you know, regular Let's Plays that go on for quite a while. And, you know, Super Mario World, I mean, I do like that game, but personally I don't think it's the best Mario game ever made. I know Miyamoto said that it's the best one that he ever made in his opinion, and I have to say it's a good game, but I really don't think it's the best one. And what else was I going to say? Let's see. Oh yeah, and, you know, like I said, I'll be doing more Mario games, and I really would like to do the Galaxy games for, you know, a long series, kind of like what I'm doing for Golden Sun and Conker's Bad Fur Day at the moment. I think they would be really great Let's Plays to do in the future, and I know lots of people tend to watch those type of Let's Plays, ones that are very popular, and I want to do my best to, you know, entertain the masses with delivering them something that, you know, they can enjoy and watch every single day, either before they go to school, or when they come home from school, or any of that matter. Yeah, so it'd be great to do. And for the next live commentary Let's Play that I'm going to be doing on the weekends, as I said before, I'm going to be doing another Nintendo platformer, but it's on the Game Boy Advance. And it's one that should go by pretty quick. And I know some of you might be asking me, am I going to be doing Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo or the Game Boy Advance? And the answer to that is yes. I will be doing those games at some point, but as for right now, we're just, for the next couple weeks, we're just going to focus on the, you know, the one game that's on the Game Boy Advance that I'm going to be doing for the next couple weeks for the live commentary retro Let's Plays. So yeah, they should be pretty fun, and should be pretty exciting. And one of them, I guess you could say, it's another game in a series that I've already done a Let's Play for, but it's a little bit longer than the first one. And something came out of that tree stump, but we did not see it. I think the reason we cannot see it is because we managed to scare off the green ape as far as we could. Either that or the game glitched for some reason. But if you were to, you know, play this game, then you would see that that one ape already came out, and then a bigger one comes out after that, and that will end up being the boss for the Mogall Forest. Which is what we're going to do after we defeat this series of bone fighters, but, you know, just set of bone fighters, and then a boss fight is imminent. Okay, very nice. We got one of the bone fighters, and now it's time to take care of the other one, and it uses Undead Sword on us again. Very powerful. And Mia used Ply. And there is a different variation of Ply for Mia, or, yeah, a new healing spell for Mia when we can get it by upgrading her, upgrading her class to something a bit stronger, and the name of the ability is called Wish, where everybody's hit points can get healed within a battle. And you can use it numerous times or whatever. But anyway, let's go ahead and heal up our party members really quick, and then we will get on with the boss fight. Yeah, so this is the next boss fight that takes place in the game. The third one, to be exact. And this big, huge ape is coming out of the hole, and it's coming after us, but we do not see it. But regardless, here is the next boss in the game, known as Killer Ape. It has 1,000 hit points, and as you can tell, it has a lot of elemental power onto it. And it's pretty weak against fire, so with Garrett, you want to make sure you keep using his Mars Genie against it, as well as his Mars-based spells, or his fire-based spells. But as for the others, just do what they do best, and I would recommend continuing to use Mia to heal the party members as much as you can, as well as Isaac, since he does have that cure spell. And be sure you use the Granite ability so that way you can protect everybody from getting damaged the first time around. And make sure you use Zephyr on your party so that way you can increase their speed, so that way they'll be a bigger match for Killer Ape here. And as you can tell, Killer Ape is, well, it's pretty, how should I say this? Pretty big. Bigger than the normal apes that you fight against in this game. And it uses a spell called Debilitate, meaning that its that one of your party, some of your party members' defenses can decrease. Yeah, which is not always cool. Alright, let's use Kirin on the Killer Ape, and we will use Narade on the ape as well. But for Isaac and Ivan, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the third genie that they already have on them, and we will have newer summons that we can use in this battle, which we are going to do pretty shortly. Okay, and Mia used Narade as her summon, and now Garrett is using Kirin for his, or Kirin. I think it's supposed to be a play on words for killing, or something like that, because, with the Japanese, they can't even say their L's right, as they usually say R's in them, or they pronounce words that have L in it with R's instead. So I think that's supposed to be how we are supposed to say it, or otherwise it's just supposed to necessarily just be Kirin or whatever. But anyway, we used Cybele on the Killer Ape, and that was actually pretty effective. And now we're going to use Procne, or Procne, or whatever. And it's this bird that can shoot wind-based arrows at our enemies. And it managed to defeat the Killer Ape, finally. And we obtained 460 experience, as well as 1,500 coins and a Douse drop. We'll go ahead and we'll give it to Mia, and she can equip Douse for herself, even though she can probably get... Oh, wait a minute, we don't get it later on. We don't get it as a regular spell later on. We get it as a synergy item. But we'll go ahead and we'll give it to Mia. But the funny thing is we actually do get another Douse drop later on in the game, and I don't know why they are going to give us 2 of those things when 1 is already enough. But anyway, guys, with that done, since we managed to get through the Mogall Forest in full, this is a good spot to where we can go ahead and we can wrap up things here. So next time on Double RPG Let's Play with Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance, we are going to go to Atlan Peak to see what is up with the town and to see what we can do to try to save it, because it has suffered from a cataclysmic event before we arrive there. Anyway, gamers, if you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter with the links in the description, and if you like what you saw, then be sure to rate this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments below to let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Anyway, gamers, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you on the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys then.